Disclaimer. This is a work of satirical fiction. Any resemblance to real places or situations is purely coincidental and exaggerated for comedic effect. The story intentionally contains factual inaccuracies and absurdities as part of its artistic expression.
Yes, they were wrong. Yes, you were right in a lot that you said we believed at the time. But now that you got all the power to tower above all the leeches, you cower to please your donors and demons and marks of the beast. Cause you think they can save you, but now you're on your knees. We love you up until you prove you were the same. But with a martyrdom complex, no dissent. The dissidents are getting pissed and you're to blame. Yeah, Donald, we pumped our stupid ass fists and we said fight, fight, fight to another Democrat bitch. I guess that hope is a dick, yeah.
Jeff and Apples walk the street, talking about the sky so neat. Weather weapons causing storms, globalists with secret forms. Jeff and Apples, what a pair. Whisper plots while breathing air. Apocalypse is on its way, but they still find time to play. But they still find time to play. But they still find time to play.
How you doing there, Apples? Oh, pretty good. Just chilling out. Guess you're going for a walk. We're gonna talk about satanic, cannibalistic pedophiles. You got it, Apples. How do you always know? It's always the same thing. Yeah, guess gotta do another video. Yeah, Apples. I think we've been talking about this for like 15 years. A lot of people thought we were crazy. Guess they're starting to figure it out now. It's amazing how it's all changed. 2016, the Clinton emails can't be that bad, and they're trafficking children. Now in 2026, the Epstein files can't be that bad, and they're eating kids. Here's me, the veteran conspiracy theorist, holding the hair of the normies reading the Epstein files. And hopefully some of the people who are finally hearing about some of this and 3 million documents of just massive crimes that no one's being charged for, I'll get into that. Hopefully this is how they're feeling.
Let it burn! Let crime burn! Burn it! Open it out! Burn it! Burn!
And some of the topmost mentioned people in the Epstein files, I think Donald Trump's number one. I think Bill Clinton's close behind him. And remember when Donald Trump said he was going to put Hillary in jail? Remember that? And he said, I would never do that. They're good friends. And now all this stuff's coming about Bill Clinton. And here's what Donald's got to say about that.
It bothers me that somebody's going after Bill Clinton. See, I like Bill Clinton. I still like Bill Clinton.
What do you like about him?
I liked his behavior toward me. I thought he got me. He understood me.
You were supposed to be arresting the swamp, not defending them. I like Bill Clinton. Maggots. We've always liked Bill Clinton. Yeah, the Republicans are in the White House now. The GOP. The Guardians of Pedophiles. This was actually up on the street in Los Angeles. But as I mentioned before, most things are all still redacted. They actually put out a lot of stuff, and it's all like sex trafficking, child rape, murder, eating babies, but all the names are still blacked out. You notice that? Almost all of them. Like this. From Jeffrey Epstein to, we're not sure. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video. Here's one from someone that we don't know to Jeffrey Epstein. I thought I would never be able to kill somebody in my life. I was wrong. I wonder who that was. And here's someone to Jeffrey Epstein. Age 10, please. And another one, age 11. Here's another one to Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you for a fun night. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. There was no client list. Be honest. He killed himself. Be honest. We all fucked the kids on Jew Island. Thank you. ICE called you a domestic terrorist. Well, they're child rapists, so... Here's another one that says, what's damning about Jeffrey Epstein is yet to be written. Did you know somewhere in the hills outside the Zorro Ranch, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madame Ghislaine? Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex. Please send me 1 Bitcoin. So yeah, there's, how busy was this Epstein guy? You definitely have to say one thing about him. He was all over the place. Just doing all kinds of evil stuff with all kinds of evil people all the time. Of course, we don't know who most of them are because they're all redacted, and I'll get into that in a second, how that happened. But there's so many emails in there, all talking about the Goyim, how stupid they are. And so tons of that kind of stuff in there. And then there's so much about pizza. Like this one, from Jeffrey Epstein 2, blacked out, probably Barack Obama. Pizza. In many ways, this is basically just another psychological operation, and they're kind of letting you know what they do without any sort of ramifications. Trump's already said we should move on now that it's out, and he's not in the files except for 10,000 times. But that was a conspiracy. Man, he got wrapped up in a huge conspiracy all the time. But yeah, all this stuff they're just putting it in your face. And this is all part of the demoralization, as Brezhnevov, or whatever his name was, from the KGB said to G.R. Griffin once.
First one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation.
It's a good fucking pizza.
So they were always trying to call for pizzas?
The Pizza Underground.
I am inviting you all to a pizza party tonight at Jennifer Aniston's house.
There's no pizza we didn't love. I want you on my team.
She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza,
Wonderful pizza.
Ces fichiers ne révèlent rien, ils se moquent de vous, parce qu'ils vous ont jamais rien caché, mais vous avez pris ça pour du divertissement. Vous avez ri à leurs blagues, et trouvé ça avant-gardiste. Vous avez chanté leurs chansons et financé leur système. Ils vous ont habitué à l'inacceptable par l'humour. Mais tout ça, c'était un processus de normalisation, de consentement implicite. Parce que le message était là, devant vos yeux. Dans les séries, les pochettes d'albums, les dessins animés saturés de codes sexuels. Les hashtags Yumi sur le profil de Justin Bieber. Les publicités McDonald's. Le cannibalisme, les transfusions de sang, les costumes de rituel. Tout vous a été révélé depuis longtemps, mais seuls les gens lucides ont vu le programme.
Yeah, getting back to the pizza. Pizza's in there. It's all pizza. And that basically means little kids. And we would talk about that for 10 or 15 years. Of course, you had people like Stephen Colbert out there, is of course in the big club. And this is from him back in 2016. So yeah, 10 years ago, basically making fun of all the people who thought there was some sort of a elite child sex trafficking ring where they used the code word pizza, which is in the Epstein files like thousands of times.
Pizzagate. People actually believe a conspiracy theory that Hillary Clinton and her former campaign manager, John Podesta, ran a child sex ring at a pizzeria in D.C. This is a lie. We all know the only people who are trapped in a pizza place are those robots at Chuck E. Cheese. I've seen Westworld. One day they're going to rise up and kill us all. Now, according to the folks with the spider eggs hatching in their brains, Clinton and Podesta have a series of smuggling tunnels that connect to the basement of this pizzeria. But police refuse to investigate the basement crime scene on the flimsy excuse that the pizzeria does not have a basement. That's how deep this goes. Ground level.
Yeah, this is part of the apocalypse, the lifting of the veil, the Great Awakening. People are just now starting to find out or realize stuff that people like James Corbett, myself, Dan Dix. Dan Dix is speaking at Anarchapulco. James has spoken in the past. David Icke, Max Egan, all the stuff we've been talking about for a long time. They're just starting to figure it out. And starting to realize that pretty much anyone who's famous, if you're a politician, if you're an actor, if you're a musician who's famous, they're all basically in this satanic club.
Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
Sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper, what are you talking about? All right, well, I had tickets to see the devil worshiper.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
What's interesting is there is quite a few mentions of like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, of course, Larry Butnick or whatever his name is, the Jewish billionaire is always standing right behind Trump, his handler. Bill Gates is in there lots, but so much of it's redacted. And actually, this was actually in the Epstein files, and it's basically from the FBI run by Kash Patel and Dan Bongino at the time, talking about how they were going to redact some photographs depicting victims, unknown identified females and males, and also former US presidents, Secretary of State, and other celebrities. So yeah, I'd like to see all the unredacted ones of who's saying all this pizza stuff, who's saying they killed someone, who's saying, these are all things you'd think the FBI, and Pam Blondie, and they'd all go after, but no, they're not doing anything. But it would be very interesting to see all those names. But we're probably not, because here is Trump's, I think he's the Department of Injustice person, and what he has to say about it. And basically, he's saying they're not going to prosecute any of them, and they're not going to release their names.
Thank you. You said this is the end of the Epstein, of your review of the Epstein files. So, just to clarify, is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing? And if not, why not? And then I have a quick follow-up.
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
Well, I mean, they're the men who abused the young women through Epstein's,
Look, we said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July, if we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women, we would prosecute them, right? We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about that we're covering up or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case. I don't know whether there are men out there that abuse these women.
Yeah, we've gone through this a few times now. Epstein files drop. Powerful elites and politicians and celebritards exposed. Outrage, hysteria, disbelief. Absolutely nothing happens. Then the Epstein files drop. Yeah, just so you know, here's the official Jeffrey Epstein pedophile arrest counter. 0.
0.
Meanwhile, if you drive 5 miles an hour too fast, yeah, I guess you didn't understand. It's kind of hard when he says it fast. He wasn't saying release the pedophiles. He was saying release the pedophiles. Meanwhile, a lot of the maggots are still like, do you want a brain? Do you want to look at this? No thanks. I'm trusting the plan. You see, they keep trying to see if anyone's ever going to do anything, and no one ever does. You've got the Christians who are all watching Erica Kirk and her psychological operation now, and she's telling them that if you don't like ICE, you're a demon.
Erica Kirk had the nerve to call protests against Donald Trump and ICE demonic in a recent speech. That's right, guys. The Christian leader is saying that anybody who opposes mass government overreach is actually a demon. Take a look at this.
But it was interesting because he asked her the question, do you think these protests are helping? Personally, I do not. I think it's demonic.
And plus, in the book, it tells them that they shouldn't do anything. They should just wait till Jesus comes back. Then you got the maggot people. They're all under mind control. And they're like, well, Trump said it was all just a big conspiracy against them. And he was also undercover with the FBI for decades doing all this stuff. It's incredible. You know, they tried to kill everyone. That was just 5 years ago. Has anyone forgotten? 6 years ago now, actually. Time's flying. People are pretty much all forgotten about it now. They tried to kill everyone with lethal injections, including Donald Trump with Operation Warp Speed.
I'm the father of the vaccine because I was the one that pushed it.
No one did anything. They all actually voted for him again. And he said, and they all thought he was going to go and arrest everyone. It's like, no, he's not. He was involved with them all. And then they're like, hey, release some of these files. Let's see if they do anything. Because they'd actually like that too. See, these are just sick, evil psychopaths. They love chaos, death, destruction. So if people actually did go out and try to hang all these politicians and celebritards and actors and all these sort of people, they'd just bring out their police state more, and they love that. But no one ever does anything. Have you noticed that? It's like the fluoride, the low testosterone from... There's aluminum that they're constantly spraying on them. Television programming, mind control. Really, we've seen quite a bit here now. Not one person's really done anything. They just say that this is sick, this is horrible. These people are disgusting. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Well, the midterms are coming up. Probably going to go vote for one of them. I'm not sure. Maybe the blue donkey this time. It's like, snap out of it. The real answer is actually just stepping away from the whole system. But most people still aren't ready for that. So we'll see what happens. But many people over the years have tried to talk about this stuff and what's going on. I think probably Michael Jackson was more exposing it than anything, and that's why they lit his hair on fire. That was Rabbi Shmuley, by the way.
I'll never forget that. Michael Jackson saved me from getting on a plane to that tiny island.
So they're saying Neverland is where Michael Jackson took children to protect them from what was being done on Epstein's island. And because he was going against their regime, they punished him and they flipped the script and made it appear as if he was the one abusing them, when in reality they were abusing them, and he was protecting the children, he was protecting the celebrities. And you have celebrities like Macaulay Culkin who have gone on record to protect and defend Michael Jackson. This all makes sense. It has finally come together. This man has been dead for so long, but now it's coming together. Not only did he protect the children from the physical things that were being done to them, and you know what I'm saying, you just social media, gotta be careful, but he also were protecting them from the social and emotional abuses that were occurring by advising Britney Spears to get out from under her dad before the conservatorship and things of that nature. This man was a lifesaver. Nonetheless, those of you who are like me, help me fact check this, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure this is right, but this is what I've been hearing up to this point, and it all makes sense.
Oh, by the way, I'm not calling them the Jays anymore. Because now that I'm like de-ranked and de-boosted and shadow banned and censored everywhere, because I mentioned that word, I'm going to call them the Eskimos from now on. Ryan Belly on my last interview gave me that idea. So yeah, all the Eskimos were all around him, and all of a sudden he was dead. A lot of those sort of people, if they don't go along with it, they're taken out. And there's been a lot that have tried to expose it. There was that Cappy guy.
They can try to kill me. Do you know anyone who was murdered because of this? Not personally. But people are murdered for it. I'm not suicidal. Am I afraid of something? I should be, because bad things are coming my way. I can assure you of that.
He was super exposing it because he was inside Hollyweird. And then one night he threw himself off a bridge for no reason. Probably the Eskimos. Those Eskimos. And there's been lots. Like in 2022, Congressman Jackie Walorski began working with actress Anne Heche on a project to expose child sex trafficking. On August 3rd, 2022, Walorski died in a car accident, in quotes. On August 11th, 2022, 1 week later, Heche also died in a car accident where you can hear her brakes squealing because they had it remote controlled. They slammed it into a house, and she wasn't even dead at that point, even though they reported her as being dead. And the ambulance guys, the Masons, CIA, FBI guys, came, threw in her body bag, but she was still alive, and she actually crawled out of it, and it got caught on live television programming.
Ambulance, that's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh, he's completely alive.
What the heck?
Is it all making sense yet now, all of these random events? This has been going on for a long time. Now, where's all those Zionist shills who had the Epstein binders? Where's all their tweets about how horrific all this new Epstein file drop is? Nothing from any of them. Zero. How about all the celebritards? They love a good cause. Oh, a child was hurt. A woman was sexually assaulted. They all go on their Instagrams and their other feeds and tell you about how upset they are all about it. Have you seen one even mention the Epstein files? Well, I can tell you why. Because they're all in that club. And it's actually starting to become known now. This is going to get very interesting. Of course, the whole thing, it's just the whole Epstein files. It's all about Goyim, and it's all these Eskimos. It's mostly all Eskimos. And talk about the Goyim. But you know, one thing's pretty much for sure true. When Benjamin Milkowski Netanyahu comes out and tweets and denies any involvement, like he did right after Charlie Kirk was potentially killed, I don't know. But that's what they say. And Milkowski went out right after. He's like, we didn't kill him. It's like, okay, that's an odd thing to say.
Well, somebody has fabricated a monstrous big lie that Israel had something to do with Charlie Kirk's horrific murder. This is insane.
And now all these Epstein files comes out, and it's all full of these Eskimos. Oh, I like this, actually. I might actually get like more views on lots of the mainstream sites now that I'm calling them Eskimos, because I don't really care about the Eskimos. So yeah, it's all Eskimos in it, all talking about the Goyim. And Benjamin Netanyahu came out and said this. I couldn't even believe this was real, but I'm pretty sure it's real. Jeffrey Epstein's unusual close relationship with the former Israeli Eskimo crime murderer Ehud Barak doesn't suggest Epstein worked for Israel. It proves the opposite. Yeah, same as Trump. The fact that I'm in there so much just proves I'm innocent. Does anyone fall for this? Anybody? I don't think so. It can't be, can it? Is the mind control that deep? You even had Nigel Farage in the UK, who's obviously and clearly controlled opposition, politician, and he came out and said something similar.
This is a potential breach of the Official Secrets Act. It involves the royal family, it involves senior members of government, and who knows, behind it all, maybe even Epstein could have been working for the Putin regime. I believe that this is bigger than Profumo.
Don't shoot. I'm retarded. Prove it. Epstein was a Russian asset. Epstein was an Eskimo. Epstein was an Eskimo. And Ghislaine Maxwell was an Eskimo. And Ghislaine Maxwell was an Eskimo. And her father was Mossad. And her father was Mossad. So the operation was Russian. All right, let me try this again. Epstein boosted the top spy from which country? Israel. Ghislaine's dad worked for who? Israel. Which country do most of the names in the files line back to? Israel. All right, so think about this. So who did Epstein work for? Russia. Yes, it's Russia again. Zero mentions of Russia. There's no borscht talk in there. It's all pizza talk, and it's all Eskimos. And even Jeffrey Epstein says, these are in the Epstein files as well. Writing to Peter Thiel, by the way. See, all these guys are all in there. Like Jeffrey Epstein, Peter Thiel, they're always hanging out. And he wrote to Peter Thiel, as you probably know, I represent the Rothschilds. And here he is in his Israeli Defense Force shirt. And who are the Rothschilds? The people who created Israel. But no, it's Russia. Epstein was a Russian spy. Well, let's go to Ted Cruz and see what he has to say about who Epstein was involved in. If Epstein served any foreign interests, Israel wasn't among them. That was the only thing that it was among. But then again, here's what Ted Cruz said about why he went into Congress and who he's there to serve.
I came into Congress 13 years ago with the stated intention of being the leading defender of Israel in the United States Senate. Right. And I've worked every day to do that. Okay, let me see if I got this straight. So if your name's all over the Epstein files, it proves that you're innocent. Jeffrey Epstein didn't work for Israel, even though that's all over the documents, talking about Goyim. No, he worked for Russia. And then they sent out Alan Dershowitz, who's a known Epstein Island regular visitor,
also an Eskimo, by the way. And now they're basically saying, well, if you're talking about all this stuff, you know, all these documents of all these Eskimos who are involved in child sex trafficking, rape, murder, cannibalism. Anyone want to guess? Drum roll, please. You're anti-Semitic.
Because she focused on a woman named Farmer. Now, Farmer accused lots of people. All of them were Jewish. She said, quote, I have a hard time with Jewish people. All the Jewish people I met are pedophiles who run the world economy. She talks about the Rothschilds. She is a blatant anti-Semite and a liar. She said she didn't accuse me, but she said she saw me in Jeffrey Epstein's house before I ever met Jeffrey Epstein. She clearly, provably lied about me.
Then there's Dan Bongino, who said first thing he's going to do is release the Epstein list. And then he got into the FBI, did absolutely nothing, covered up for all the Epstein stuff, said Epstein killed himself, said he's looked at the files, there's nothing in there. I don't know, 3 million at least. And then he went back to his podcast, and he's been acting very erratically. Like, I don't know what kind of drugs they put him on. You can just tell by his eyes he's on something, some sort of government meth or something. But he goes back on his show, and he's saying the same thing as Alan Dershowitz. If you're even talking about this Epstein stuff, you're anti-Semitic.
Finally, there's a third class of people. The third class of people after October 7th went crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. I stand fully, completely, and strongly against anti-Semitic bullshit. I don't know how many times I got to tell you this. It's amazing how many people think it's like the current thing to say like they hate the Jews or something. Really? You believe that? You realize where that's led throughout human history, absent the immorality of it? Now, you may say, oh, gosh, Dan, I can't believe that that's actually happening. Really? I promise you, go look at the Twitter. The botting that does happen, and again, it's not all botting. The botting that does happen is very well organized. It is totally synthetic. It is all anti-Jewish nonsense. Read the comments. It's from like, I hate the Jews 101 and stuff. Just look at it. You can see it. It's so clearly fake. But it's an organized movement of people, and it's not a very large group of people, who've learned to amplify social media to attack anyone in the administration or outside who doesn't go and attack the Jews. 100%. Look and just read the comments. Don't take my word for it. Just go and look. Go look. You'll see it. It's everywhere. They all have the same goal. It is to dismantle this movement, take it apart from the inside, cause disruption, pick up the pieces, and rebuild it into something far different than a movement that actually conserves liberty. They all have the same goal. Libs, the anti-Jew crowd, and the doomers.
Let's go to some of the other Eskimo social media influencers that are massively boosted all over the place. And he's even wearing his little hat, basically defending Epstein.
Okay, so there are lots of claims that are like this in these files, and trying to actually run down the source of the claims is really important, because one of the things that happens in internet land is people will take unverified, salacious allegations that have not been run down by the FBI. They will then run those through the internet machine, and suddenly this becomes likely probable truth. Well, you actually have to run down each specific allegation in the 3.5 million pages of data before you run with the it's definitely true, or it's verified, or this is the reason why policy X, Y, or Z happened. And there's just a call for evidence. And if the evidence shows what people want it to show, and I really believe that. I think there are a lot of people who want this evidence to show that, in fact, the Jeffrey Epstein pedophilic sex ring has been running all of global politics for years, because that is a comforting thought for a lot of people about the nature of how politics works. That actually there is a coterie of people who are very sophisticated, who are running everything in American public life. And those people are being linked by pedophilic sex orgies and all this kind of stuff. There's a large swath of people for whom this idea is appealing. The evidence is not there. If the evidence presents itself, we will be happy to cover it.
Then there's Larry Loomer, who used to be a man, says it's a woman now, and is literally a Mossad agent. Let's see what he has to say. Epstein is not an American priority. It shouldn't be a priority. The fact that everybody, I mean everybody, in the US government, every major actor, every major musician, they're all in a cannibalistic child sex trafficking cult. They love torture, they love murder, they like eating babies. But that's, that shouldn't be a priority, says the Mossad agent, Larry Limmer. Are people getting this? Like, I don't pay attention to mainstream news, CIA propaganda, but I've heard from people that this stuff isn't actually on there much. So I think your average person doesn't even know about a lot of this stuff. I think maybe if you're on X, you might be seeing some of this stuff. But for the most part, most people aren't. But I think it's slowly getting out there finally that our world is run by Satanists. Shane Cashman actually wrapped it up really nicely. Elections are rigged, children are trafficked, plagues, COVIDs, are planned, wars are manufactured, vaccines are poison, billionaires are vampires, clouds are fake, chemtrails, dinosaurs are fake, that's true, totally made up. Clones are real. They actually talk about that in the Epstein files, that Joe Biden was a clone. Definitely the 7-foot-tall NBA Joe Biden was not Joe Biden. Astronauts are actors. Yeah, all fake. NASA's all fake. Politicians are prostitutes. And satanic pedophiles are in charge. That pretty much sums it up. I wonder if enough people are going to wake up to this or not. It's getting very interesting. I said this was going to happen. And that people would start to realize, wake up to a lot of this stuff. And we're starting to see it, but they still haven't really done anything yet. They're still paying their taxes, they're still voting, they're still watching their nightly news, some of them at least, not many actually, the ratings are pretty abysmal. But there really doesn't seem to be like enough people yet really get it. But we'll see. We'll see. This is going to be a crazy couple of years here. Like, absolutely insane. Then you have the markets, the crypto market. What a bloodbath. And actually, in the Vigilante Insiders Club, I actually posted. So Bitcoin was like around 80. It went down to 70. And then went down to 60,000 real fast in a couple hours. And I was actually in the Vigilante Insiders Club, and I said, okay, it's hit my wow level. And my wow level is an indicator that when I go, wow, that means we've hit how far it's gone, we've hit close to the bottom or the top, and it's going to at least have a bounce. And so I actually bought a lot of leveraged Bitcoin at 60,000, and within 24 hours it was at 70,000, which is where I said at least the bounce would go to. So that's pretty cool. Another reason to be in the Vigilante Insider Club, because with my leverage, I was doing 10 times leverage. It went up about 15%, so that's 150% gain in 24 hours. Not bad. We will be reopening the Vigilante Insiders Club again soon. There's only a few spots in there available, but we want to, give everyone the opportunity to be in if they can be in. But we're going to have to get through Anarchapulco and the TDV Summit and the TCV Summit first. Anyway, getting back to Trump. This is kind of funny. So the CIA reporter says to him, or actually Trump says, I'm starting to get great polls on the economy. And then the CIA guy goes, the polls on the economy, they're not great. And Trump says, they should be great. And then he says, so why aren't they? And then Trump says, I don't know.
I'm starting to get great polls on the economy, which I think
the polls on the economy they're not great.
They should be great.
They should be. So why aren't they? If you believe that,
I don't know.
Oh, and here's another real inside tip for you. Actually, I don't know if I should tell you. You know what? I'm not going to tell you. But this is going to be a huge, huge trade. This is going to make a lot. And it's going to happen soon, probably in the next few weeks. We will be talking about it at the Dollar Vigilante Summit and the Crypto Vigilante Summit. But definitely the Dollar Vigilante Summit for sure. A way to actually make a fortune here probably in the next few months. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you because you don't pay anything for this. I walk around for 2 hours like almost every day giving you guys this stuff. And so yeah, no, you're going to have to actually return some energy and actually watch the Dollar Vigilante Summit coming up in a little over a week now. Or actually about 2 weeks. To get that information, or you can subscribe now to our newsletter, dollarvigilante.com/subscribe. We'll be talking all about it. I mentioned the Vigilante Insiders Club, so they already know. And then if you want to get actually the live stream for all Anarchapulco, Dollar Vigilante Summit, and the Crypto Vigilante Summit all combined for a pretty good discount, go to dollarvigilante.com/ what is it? Bundle. I think it's bundle. Is it bundle? If it's bundle, it's on screen. I think that's it. So you get all three at a discounted price. Highly recommend it. But anyway, getting back to the crypto market, just an absolute bloodbath. So many coins down 30 to 50% in the last few days, really, like last week. It's kind of funny because I remember when Trump, all these crypto guys, they're not very smart. They don't pay attention to what actually is going on in this 3D video game. Because if they would pay attention to my videos, they would have known that everything Trump was saying was basically a lie. And he was saying things like, oh, we're going to like make the crypto market go to the moon.
Today, and Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations, and you are the people that are doing it. As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring, and it'll go up with it.
Well, let's see how that's working out. Sui down 72%. Mint down 61%. Doge down 60%. Sol down 63%. Bitcoin down 35%. XRP, which is a total scam, by the way, that people still fall for some reason, down 50%. Cardano down 64%. Binance down 40%. That's, I think, in the last year. Oh, and here's the big one. Trump coin, it was around $50 or $60 right at the time of his inauguration. And just so you know, I said in the Vigilante Insiders Club, short it the day after his inauguration because it's going to be all downhill from there. And it was like $60. Want to guess where it is now? $3. If you would have done a leverage short from like a 10x leverage short from 60 to 3, you'd be doing incredibly well. But a lot of people fell for it all again, and they're all getting wiped out. They should be watching these videos. I remember so many crypto people even saying like a year ago, Jeff, you're crazy. Trump's going to save everything. Crypto's going to go to the moon because of him. And what was I saying a year ago? No, not at all. Quite the opposite in many ways. Well, and now it's coming out that they're all child sex trafficking cannibals. But no one seems to do anything or care. See, life just goes on. It's incredible. They've got them so dumbed down and whipped and fluoridated and chemtrailed now. Right, Apples? Yeah, I guess. I've never taken a vaccine in my life. I feel great. Yeah, they inject a lot of the dogs with that stuff. Actually, the dog vaccines are even worse than the human ones. It's really horrible. Anyway, none of us around here. Lady, you taking the jab? No, she hasn't taken the jab. How about you, Soul? No, look at him. He's looking good. Yeah, we don't take any jabs. Yeah, and you don't even have to watch the videos, Apples. Yeah, but I always hear what you're saying. But yeah, you don't have to be very smart to just know that whatever Bill Gates is trying to get you to inject in your body, just don't do it. That's pretty basic, really. You're right, Apples. You're pretty smart. Anyway, we should be getting a front door soon. I think by the time Anarchapulco is done, we should have a front door. That'll be nice. Slowly getting things together here. But yeah, speaking about the vaccines, it's coming out more and more that pretty much everyone who took it has blood clots. And that will cause various problems over their probably short lifetime. Heart attacks, strokes, all those sort of things. But we know that the Tzla machine, the plasma, actually unclumps your blood. Like, as I said, when I was in Mexico City, they all ran in and were trying to take my photo because they'd never seen anyone whose blood was flowing so well. And I'll tell you, it's not because I eat like super awesome, because I don't. I actually plan to, but I don't. I eat okay. Like, I actually probably eat better than 95%, actually 98% of people in the world. But still, it's not even that great. That's how bad other people eat. But we actually eat all of our own eggs and all of our own vegetables now here at the ranch.
Mi huertito. ¿Cómo ven? Miren, 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 miren. Los chilotes que se dan aquí en esta huerta, ¿verdad, Gabriel? ¿Te encantan los chiles de aquí?
But still, I'll still have like some cake sometimes and stuff like that, right? So it's not like I'm like trying to eat super like amazing. But because of the Tzla machine, I've been doing it for 2 years now. Like, they couldn't believe it. Like, I looked it up. It might be a world record for the fastest blood flow. And you can just imagine, how does that help your brain, do you think, when your blood is just like going? Not getting the hyperbaric chamber, extra pressure on the oxygen, push it even further into my brain, my blood. Of course, blood flow also has other benefits that some guys might be aware of. So you're actually kind of insane if you can become a member of the Tzla.club and you don't. Like, I think we've shown enough proof at this point, don't you? Like, hundreds of people have had miraculous type things happen. And then hundreds more have had incredible things. Maybe not miraculous, but incredible. Just incredible. Their varicose veins just go away in one session. All of a sudden they can walk. They couldn't walk before. And there's so many. Like, here's a few more. I've treated my 91-year-old mother's arthritic shoulder with the Tzla, and over a 1 week, sometimes 2, 30-minute treatment course of 2 months, her arthritic pain has gone and hasn't returned. The pain was quite severe at times. Yeah, Max Egan was saying that it's helped his arthritis a lot, and he doesn't even use the machine that much. Although he's starting to. I think even Max is starting to like get it. He was a little bit skeptical. Because he's skeptical of everything, and that's what everyone loves about Max. But after a few years of him seeing everything, he was like, Jeff, because we shipped it up from Anarchapulco, we couldn't find it for a day or two, and he was like, please get it to me ASAP. I need to get on it every day. So he's going to get on it every day. He's going to start de-aging. You watch, because that's what it does, if he stays on it. And he might, because I think he finally is like, okay, I've seen enough. Because even his cousin or something, has been doing sessions for people in Australia. And it's been like 10 or so people that he's cured them of numerous things just in the last few weeks. Anyway, I should mention this. I was talking to the Tzla guys, and they were like, all the parts that they order, and a lot of it's from China, you actually can't get it from anywhere else. That's a whole other story. They just got the new invoices because they order every quarter. And this quarter's invoice for all the parts, it's up between 20 and 40% for every single part. That's like a huge amount of price inflation in just 3 months. So, then you got the tariffs Donald Trump's doing. Of course, the dollar is dropping as well. Then there's all the resource stuff that's, running out of a lot of these resources. So you should really rush to get it if you want to get one, because I would not doubt it at all, if in 6 months or a year, you're not able to get it, for whatever reason. Anyway, should finish up with, and by the way, that's Tzla.club, Tzla.club. Be very careful. There's tons of scammers out there now. Tons. I've always had tons of scammers. Now they're doing Tzla. They're messaging you, send me some crypto, I'll send you the Tzla machine. There's fake websites. Then you've got a bunch of Jews started up sites saying it's a scam. It's incredible. It's incredible. Anyway, Oh, I saw the Satanic Olympics started the other day. I should mention, I am looking forward to watching the hockey, and the only reason is, I don't care about the countries, by the way. I actually cheer against Canada because I find it really obnoxious that Canadians are so proud of it. So I actually cheer against them. But, you know, if they win, they win good, that's totally cool with me. I just want to see good hockey, right? And you pretty much have the best players in the world all playing for like 2 weeks in this tournament. It's basically like the World Cup of hockey. So I am looking forward to it, but I am not interested at all in anything else related to the Olympics. And I saw they had the opening ceremonies. And of course, you know, remember the last ones in Paris? It was all the trannies and stuff. Well, this one, they decided to go a bit more like just satanic.
Did you guys catch the satanic ritual at the Olympics again? I mean, every single time they have the Olympics opening ceremony, it seems to be very dark and symbolic. I mean, can you see what I can see? Right there?
Yeah. So it's all flames, it's all red, and it's basically an upside down pentagram. Italian athletes light 2 Baphomet star cauldrons. Sounds about right. Yeah, I remember the Olympics, like in the 80s. It was like welcome and people laughing and smiling. Now it's just all trannies and satanic stuff. But it really is just like the slave games. It's like the Hunger Games, and it's all to drive home the nationalism, the statism, get people waving their flags, singing their national sing-along, get them even deeper into their mind control. And then they give them the prizes, right? Gold, silver, bronze. You don't think it's actually really gold, silver, and bronze medals in the thing, right? Considering silver is like $80 right now an ounce. Gold's near $5,000. No, it actually has never been like actual gold, silver, and bronze in the bars. It's basically like painted. I don't think there's any gold or silver or bronze in the actual medals. So they're like trinkets. Or if there is some, it's like a tiny amount. It's like $100 worth or something. It's like a trinket you can get at a gift shop. That's what they give to all the people who work their entire lives so that they can put on their flag and stand for their national sing-along. It's all so sad to watch. But there was some parts that weren't that sad. Apparently the only 2 countries that got booed was the US and Israel, which would be the 2 I would pick. Oh, and the worst part about the Olympic hockey is they've banned Russia from the Olympics for the whole basically staged Goyim genocide they're doing in Russia and the Ukraine. And they're like, the Russian side's really bad. But then they have Israel where they're literally doing a genocide. So I was glad at least to see people boo them. But it actually should be quite a bit worse than that. Although I wouldn't like kill all the Israelis because, you know, I'm a person who believes each person is an individual. But definitely a strong boo for them at the very, very least, because just their involvement and being there and like not standing up against it, not saying anything about an actual genocide. But yeah, Russia's out, and Russia is one of the always one of the top 3 hockey teams in the world. Alexander Ovechkin, top goal scorer ever, even more than Wayne Gretzky. He's not going to be in it. So even the Olympic hockey is kind of sucks because it's not legit. Because they won't have one of the countries that has one of the best teams in the world. So anyway, it's just, they're always just making everything horrible. All these people, those Eskimos, you know. Anyway, we are now, by the time you see this video, we are 1 week away from Anarchapulco. Now, if you're still thinking of coming, you can still come. There's direct flights to Puerto Vallarta. And it's not even that expensive, and there's lots of pretty cheap hotels in Puerto Vallarta that you can stay at if money's an issue. So I would recommend if you still can, you still can. There's still general admission tickets available. There's still a few VIP tickets available. But just to let you know, there's only 2 VIP Plus tickets available. I've called it Super VIP in the past, but the technical name on the website is VIP Plus. That's, you get picked up at the airport, you stay at the Westin, which is actually one of my more favorite hotels in the world. It's super nice. You get like a concierge who just helps you with whatever you need. But there's only 2 of those tickets left available, but if you want to get them, there is 2 still available. Just go to Anarchapulco.com, go to tickets, and look for the VIP Plus. They might be gone by the time you see this. But it is going to be so incredible. David Icke, Max Egan, so many other incredible speakers. Like all of them, like just look at the speakers lists. They're all incredible. Oh, talking about like all the musicians are all basically sold their soul to Satan, and it's actually a satanic. The entire music industry is actually like a satanic thing. And one of the people who's exposed that the most is Mark Devlin, and he's going to be speaking there. Like, we're going to have all these incredible speakers. Ryan Velli going to be talking about the AI, the nanotech. Anna Mihalcha talking about that as well. Oh, we're also going to have, I haven't even told anyone this, I don't think, the CEO and founder of the Tzla.club is going to speak at Anarchapulco, but he's not going to speak live. He's going to speak over virtually. We're going to have like a Tesla plasma panel. I'll be on it for sure. Maybe Stu Peters will be on it. He'll be, he's actually been like besides Max and myself, the biggest person who's really realized how incredible it is. So that's going to be on there. There's also a side stage, so you know, with tons more panels. There's panels on expatriation, all kinds of incredible stuff. And that's also going to be on the live stream / replays. So I highly recommend you get it. It's $150, just so you know. Not much. It's 5 days. It's going to be like 100+ hours probably of content. And amazing content. This is basically our Davos. They have their Davos. We're telling you actually all the real solutions, all the real truth. And I'm speaking numerous times. I'm on stage basically every day. Then I'm on stage for the TDV Summit all day. Then I'm at the TDV Summit most of the day. So if you want to see all that, get the bundle, the combo bundle, or whatever it's called. I think they call it bundle. Is it Anarchapulco? $.vigilante.com/bundle? I think that's right. If not, I'll put the actual thing. I would suggest you get them all, or, you know, if you're not interested in the financial or the crypto stuff, just get the Anarchapulco. It's going to be amazing. And that's also how you can support us, by the way. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars doing Anarchapulco. We haven't actually made a profit since 2019. Just so you know, it's been 7 years. Every year I lose money. At best, we break even. And, you know, that's how we all support each other, right? You got all these amazing speakers. Many of them put their lives on the line. Many of our speakers are dead or in jail. Past speakers. They're putting their lives on the line to get you this information. And by getting the live stream, you're sending some of your energy back to it so we can continue doing these types of events. So just go to Anarchapulco.com and get the live stream. You can watch it on your own time. And yeah, this might be one of my last videos. I might do 1 or 2 more before Anarchapulco. Then Anarchapulco, forget it. I'm probably not doing any videos that entire week. Max probably isn't. Stu Peters probably isn't. So if you want to, you know, keep in contact with us, just get on the live stream and support us. Right, Apples? Yeah. You know, just whatever energy you put out there, you get back. And when you put your energy into good stuff, you get good stuff back. I don't know why people don't understand that. That's what I do. I always get good energy. I don't pay for anything, actually. Everyone gives me stuff because I'm just so sweet. Anyway, oh, by the way, I've got my son. He actually asks for the Tesla machine every night before bed now, and we do 1 to 2 minutes. And he falls asleep before his bedtime story now. So by the time I'm finished the bedtime story, he's asleep. The Tesla machine puts him like instantly to sleep. And the reason he asked to do it is because he had a cough once, and we put the machine on him, and it got rid of his cough instantly, and it was going on for like days. Oh, he's changed his shirt. It's time to change for dinner. ¿Quieres decir algo, Elios? Con tus fans? ¿Quieres decir algo? Hola. All right, he'll be there. We'll all be there at Anarchapulco. Still getting the house done. It's coming along. Coming along. Anyway, I'll leave it there. We'll leave it with all the dogs. Well, there's a new pug baby, by the way. Just keep getting more and more dogs. Right, Coda? I don't know where. Oh, Apple's is waiting for. We're having dinner now. Max Egan should be coming over for dinner, so I'll leave it there. Beautiful view here today in Mexico. If you're in the cold, the ice and the cold and the snow with the global warming, come down next week. It's going to be an incredible week.
Hope is addictive. Yeah. I don't mean to be mean, but I got a lot to fit into this, and I wish you wouldn't have brought this on yourself. But the hell, I gotta believe you when you say you don't need my vote. I voted for peace, I voted for reach, end results somewhere in the Middle East. I voted for Russia and Ukraine on day one. I voted for justice for every and each victim of COVID and Epstein. And Joe Biden's threatening Civil War 2 or World War 3. But it seems all we got was another old white female Duke in the same damn rings.
Hey, this is Mark Devlin here to say just how much I'm looking forward to being a part of Anarchapulco February 2026. The last time I was there was 2019, so definitely looking forward to getting among like-minded people and hearing many great speakers talking about freedom-oriented subjects and finding solutions and ways to unplug from this crazy matrix system. My talk is going to be titled Music's Mind Control, Breaking the Spell. I'll also be doing a workshop titled Decoding Illuminati Symbolism in Popular Culture. And I'm also going to be dropping a DJ set so we can have a bit of a party. So hope to see you there. Mexico, Anarchapulco, February 2026.
Freedom in the breeze, oceans hymn, no chains, no pleas, no rulers, no kings, no scripts to recite. Burn the old book, let the phoenix ignite. Rebirth on the sand where the rebels convene. A Genesis scene, mind sharp and keen. Dollars to dust, trust in the soul. Anarchapulco where we break the mold. Anarchapulco where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire, Anarchapulco spoke. Anarchapulco where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire, Anarchapulco spoke. Beach bonfire starts spark like flint. Ideas ricochet, no permission, no stint. Borders dissolve, minds expand. Every soul sovereign, every mind grand. No contract signed, just a handshake truth. Ancient wisdom reborn in the fountain of youth. Rules crumble like castles at high tide. Revolution lives where the dreamers reside. Golden horizon, the birth of the free. Echoes of laughter, the waves decree. Freedom is anthem, a beat in the chest. Anarchapulco where the restless rest. Anarchapulco where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire, Anarchapulco spoke. Anarchapulco where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire, Anarchapulco spoke.
With performing artist Ayame. Anarchapulco opening party on February 15th. Anarchapulco Genesis, February 16th to 20th. The Dollar Vigilante TDV Summit, February 21st. The Crypto Vigilante TCV Summit, February 22nd. Agorapulco, retreats, and other excursions, February 21st to 27th. bufo and other plant medicines with bear heart throughout the event. A special iboga ceremony with Christoph Melchizedek from February 23rd. 2 Tzla plasma healing devices will be running throughout the event. Thanks to the Tzla.club. Bring the whole family. The Anarchapulco family camp runs throughout the event with activities for non-lethally injected, free-range, unschooled pure souls. Anarchapulco 2026. Genesis. Puerto Vallarta,